Who really loves their ego? Who's amigos with their ego? Okay, who'd like to work on it? Yeah, ego is a very fascinating and interesting area. And so Gita now, she's a amazing speaker. She works with her clients on a very deep level, very intuitive level, to help you shift, to step into your greatness. And this is the thing that she's all about. She really is so great at helping those people who have greatness buried deep inside them, and she gets it out. And so I'd love for us all to go absolutely crazy. I'm going to unmute everyone. I want you to go absolutely crazy. And we're going to welcome the amazing Gita Nayee! Over to you. I'm gonna
of course.
I'm gonna mute everybody again, Gita, and then I'll unmute you.
Amazing welcome. Thank you very much. Raise your hands up nice and high. Who wants to be aware of their ego and turn it from the zero to hero? Amazing. Thank you. My name is Gita Nayee. I'm certified intuitive coach and transformation speaker. I help people to turn their ego from zero to hero by connecting to their greatness. But before I start, I would like to thank you all taking your time and being here. Your presence means so much to me. So please give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Raise your hands up nice and high. Who wants to make a big change in their life by being aware of their ego? Amazing, thank you. Mother Teresa, she was best of her best at being aware of her ego. She was mastered at be aware of her ego. One time, she would eat for weeks. And people around her, they say to her, you have to eat. If you don't eat, you're not going to be any good to anyone here. And her reply was, I have come here to help these kids. They haven't eaten for God knows how many days, weeks. And I want to feel what they're feeling if they haven't eaten, so I could give them powerful service. Isn't that amazing? So what Mother Teresa is saying is, you must learn how not to get through problems, but be aware of your ego and choose from a loving space. And that's how you learn, and that's how you master. And this is what my work is about. If you are challenging any problems or anything at the moment, we will look at them and change them to your advantage. It's like having tools and techniques. And when you're going through really, really tough time into your life, you could change that egoic energy into something amazing to your advantage. Who would love to learn that? Amazing, thank you. So you all must be wondering, who is this Gita? Where does she come from? What does she do? So if you don't mind, can I say a little bit about myself? Thank you. See, over a year ago, 1.5 years ago, if you asked me, I would be doing public speaking, or I would be speaking in front of you. I would not have believed you. I did 5 days of intensive training at Academy University. And after the training, I was invited to speak in India, where there were thousands of most successful entrepreneurs. And that's where I won my International Speaking Award. Then again, last November, there was 3 days event, Women Economic Forum, where I spoke for 3 days, and where there were successful people from 49 different countries. And I've been invited to speak here and there. Last week, I was in Barking, so I've been speaking. Every time I get invitation, I speak. But my life, it hasn't always been like this. There was a time in my life where I was being victim of my own circumstances. I was hiding in a shame and a blame. I was searching for a feeling. I was searching for a connection. I was searching for a purpose. I was searching for all these things in the wrong places. I was searching for career improvement, career achievements, relationships, nightclubs, and worst of all, validation and opinion of others. Nothing was working out for me. Nothing at all. All the thing I was searching for, it was going other way around. And all of a sudden, I spiraled into depression. I was what appeared to be happy from the outside because I wore a smile. But inside, I was sad, scared, and alone. I don't even know how I got to that space. Have you ever been to a space like that where things look better from outside, but inside you feel it's completely different? See, I had no purpose, I had no focus. I was TV addict. Going back, I don't know if you're old enough, but I remember I used to watch Neighbours, Home and Away, EastEnders, Coronation Street, Hollyoaks, you name it. I used to watch everything that came on TV. I used to stare at the clock and just wait for my program to start. On many occasions, I burst into tears for no reason, not knowing why. I was facing a lot of difficult situations. I couldn't sleep at night. In the morning, turning the snooze button off over and over and over. Have you ever been to a space like that? Yes, when the alarm goes off in the morning and all I could think about is all the things were wrong in my life. Have you ever woke up and felt a sense of a dread going to a job you hate and you're not happy within yourself? That was me every morning. I was causing pain because I was in a pain. I didn't want to be around anyone. I didn't want anyone to be around me. And when I was going through this deep depression, there were 2 deaths in the family, 2 young lads, one in the UK and one in India. They didn't have a connection with each other, but this was about a year apart in between them. And that made me think about what life is about. Why are we here on this earth? And what are we supposed to do? I started asking questions to myself. And first time in my life, I started listening to my inner guidance because I wasn't willing to take it anymore. I wasn't willing to go down the lonely, dark road. It has to be more. I had deep knowing that there's more to this than what I'm experiencing right now. Can you relate? Have you ever felt there's more to life than this? The discomfort in my average, ordinary life led me to a life-changing event where I ended up doing 5 years of intensive training. And at that time, I was single mom. I had no help from partner. I had 3 jobs to make ends meet. I had no money, no time, but deep down I knew this is what I really want to do and this is my purpose. So I stuck to it. And when I finished 5 years of intensive training, I was certified. And what I've learned from the training was deeper understanding of ego. Because ego is like, if you like in a foggy day and suddenly you see all the fog around, you can't see your way out, you need a bright light just to move a little bit forward. That's how ego is. It clings to you. So what is ego? Ego is a self-generated identity consisting of every belief. We believe who and what we are. This includes our personality, our talents, what we like, what we dislike. The ego is what keeps us locked away in our minds in endless cycle of a chatter separated from the present moment. It is the identity created and reinforced by the stories you tell to yourself, and these are only the story. Just like I told you my story, it's only a story. Isn't this what we do? We tell story consciously or unconsciously. So everyday life, you don't even realize. If you want to like lose weight, we will think about, oh, I want to be thin. And when you go on a diet, you will think about food. And when you're with a family, when you've got kids running around, you want to be on your own, somewhere really quiet. And when you're on your own, you want all these kids playing and running around and making noise. If you're single, you want to be married. If you're married, you want to be single. Isn't this what goes on in our life? The chatter just goes on and on and on. Ego is formed from age 0 to 7, depending on our circumstances, environments, and parents. Result of these conditions, we believe strategy to survive. It programs us to survive. However, when we grow up, when we want to make a difference in the world, there's always something stopping you and you don't know why things not working out for you. For example, when I was 4 years old in India, my dad was a doctor, so he worked in different districts in India. So my parents left me with my grandparents to look after me. My grandparents loved me and looked after me better than my parents would. But I believe I made up my own story that I'm not important. My parents took all my siblings with them and they left me on my own in this big house with my grandparents. So I believe strategy to survive, that I'm not important and I don't belong here. So as I'm growing up in my life, things not working out for me. Because there's underlying assumptions unconsciously. As we grow up, we forget what we've been saying to ourselves, but it's been programmed. And it plays a record again and again and again. And then we tell ourselves, why can't I get this right? Why someone else is getting this simply, getting it right, and I can't do it? Why? It's because things that went on since you were childhood, you got record playing on. Because every single one of us has ego that keeps us small and sabotages us. It doesn't want you to do the exciting things. It wants to keep you small until you understand your ego pattern, your ego program. You're going to stay stuck. Once you release your ego pattern, you're going to be a few steps ahead. So next time your ego pattern comes up, you know which direction to take. And it's very important to do this. Most common ego's identity is our possession. Possession of work, house. We say we've got so many houses, we've got so many companies, education, knowledge. We have strong family beliefs. And how we look, and so on. But none of these are you. The ego is aspect of human condition. We operate from ego. We generally obsessed about being wrong and right and shame and blame. We're not coming from the loving place. We're coming from judgmental place. The ego is, everyone's got ego, but with my work, what it is using that. Ego is a key to use that to very important to who you really are. And that's what ego is about. So you should respect that and use it, because we are the one who created just to survive in this world. So by doing 5 years intensive training, I also learned all these tools and techniques, and from the tools and techniques I have created my own YouTube channel. You could find that under Gita Nayee. And it's called How to Turn Stress into Success. Ask me why I called How to Turn Stress into Success. Yeah, because stress is a leading cause of poor health, failure in the workplace, breakup in relationship, and lack of fulfillment in life. We love story, we love drama. The Facebook is full of stories and dramas. What we ate, where we went, what we did. We become human doing instead of human being. And even when we bump into people, we will ask, how are you? And we will say, oh, I got so much to do, I'm so stressed. And there's a competition going on. The other person will say, you think you're stressed? I am so stressed, I don't know what to do with my life. Isn't this how we operate? There is so much stress, we can't sleep at night. We're on medication, and more people on antidepressant. We got children on antidepressant. We can't even leave them alone. They're not allowed to ride a bike up and down outside anymore. They have to be in a house and play games. We become human doing, not human being. It's like come a metaphor that's we've forgotten how to exist. So who's stressed today? Anyone stressed today? Yesterday? Yeah? Last week? Last month? Whole life? This is what we are. We are stressed all the time. And that's the reason I've created a YouTube channel called How to Turn Stress into Success. And I also created strategy of 4. It's called Seeds of Greatness. Ask me, why did I call Seeds of Greatness? Yeah, the reason I call Seeds of Greatness, because every single human being in the world is unique. Doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, whatever state you're in. Every single human being has seeds of greatness inside them. And most people's seed is buried so deep that they don't know how to turn that seed into something useful to blossom. Just like mine was. Useful to blossom, who you're supposed to be. So who are we? Who are we supposed to be? Do you ever ask yourself, who are we? Who are we supposed to be? When I first started this transformation work, the first question they ask you is, who are you? And generally, most people, what they say externally who they are. They talk about their job, they got how much wealth, how much education, and so on. But none of these are fundamentally who you really are. And once you've done the transformation work, they've been asked the same question again. And that's when they have realized there's something powerful within themselves that listens to them, that guides them, that answers them, and is always there. But most people find it difficult to put in words who they are. 40 years of my life, I didn't know who I was. Because I was in deep suffering. I didn't love myself. I didn't want to change. But by doing this transformation work, what I've learned is the pain wasn't coming from the core. It was how I was relating to my ego. How I was relating to my egoic stories that I made up. And I actually believed that's who I was. Because ego is your physical thing, your stories you make up. And it just keeps you locked in. So as I start practicing this, I started accepting myself who I am from within. So I would like to invite you all for this practice. So if you all find a comfortable space, so when you're all ready, if I could ask you to close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, this brings your attention inward. So be in that space. Breathe in and breathe out. Be aware of where you're sitting. Breathe in and breathe out. Be aware of where your feet are, because Mother Earth is always serving us and keeps us grounded. So breathe in and breathe out. If you do have any thoughts popping in, you don't have to do anything. Just be aware of where your thoughts are taking you. And gently bring it back to your breath. Your breath is always there for you to come back to. So breathe in and breathe out. And be aware where you are at the moment, your whole self, where your hands are, where your head is, where you're sitting. Breathe in and breathe out. And one more last time, breathe in and breathe out. And when you're ready, you could slowly open your eyes. Some of you might have found this nice. Others must have found it awkwardly long. And rest of you must have had lots of thoughts popping in. And that's part of the practice. So more you practice, better you become. And you have a wisdom of being still. It's like being under the water, the still water, and then going deeper. So more you practice, more wisdom you have. And what I've learned from this practice is it brings you back home, even well before you were born. And the bliss and happiness you find by doing more and more practice, you can't find this happiness externally. So while we are in this state, I would like to do one small meditation to send love and healing to the planet Earth. So if you don't mind, if I could ask you to close your eyes, please. Breathe in and breathe out. And put your hands on your heart and when you breathe in, fill your whole body with love and healing energy. Fill your heart with love and healing energy. Now I want you to imagine you are in a space. And when you are in a space, you notice planet Earth. Breathe in and breathe out. And when you notice that planet Earth, I want you to pick it up with your both hands and put it on your chest where your heart is. And fill that planet Earth with all the love and healing energy. So breathe in and breathe out. Everything that lives on planet Earth, all the human beings, all the animals, the nature, the water, the sky, each and everything, send love and healing energy to them. And then breathe in and breathe out. And slowly take that Earth, planet Earth, and put it back where it was. And breathe in and breathe out. And when you're ready, you could open your eyes. So it's very important to know who you really are. Because when we are in egoic energy, all we think about is all the things are wrong in our life. And we forget who we really are. See, 10 years ago, I was having a difficult time with my ex-husband. And that led me through depression. And what I've learned from that was I was disconnected from my greatness. See, I could use these tools and techniques to change that egoic energy to my advantage. But this is really good for me, but I know there are thousands of women out there who don't believe in themselves, who don't trust themselves, who don't believe in their intuition. And if you want to do something about this, reach out for me, because I have been to my lowest and I know I can do something about this. So let's face your pain and shame together and turn that egoic energy, unnecessary suffering, to your advantage, to creativity, to motivation, to inspiration and greatness. So if any of you want to talk to me or anything at all, just message me on Messenger. I would love to hear from you. So I want to thank you all for taking a part, and I really appreciated your presence. So thank you very much.
Everybody, please put